What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing the review of the Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. I've been using this tablet exclusively as my only tablet for the past few weeks now, and I will let you in on what I like, what I don't like, and an overall feel for it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So here we go. We're looking at the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. I guess first of all, I'll talk about the build quality. Build quality is not that great. You can feel flex in the side. I don't know if the camera can actually pick it up, but let's see if you can hear it. It feels like this whole side is moving. Not really as much on that side. It's a little bit all over. And for this device being the 32 gig, after tax everything, you're talking $600 and some. So for that price point, this isn't something that I should feel a flex in it or feel that is really cheap in the hand, which it feels good in the hand, but on the same point, it feels cheap. This is a high-end, should be a high-end, top quality device. So the build quality, I'm not really impressed with when you get something like, say, the iPad Air, where you get the full aluminum chassis, and this thing is solid. Okay, so, you know, I'm not making this an Apple and Android thing or whatever, but build quality, I think there's not too many people that would argue Samsung is lacking on their build quality, and maybe that'll change in the future, but as of right now. So along the sides, again, we'll run over everything here. You have your IR blaster at the top, your volume rocker, power, and then it is higher on the one side than the other. And you can sort of make it up there. And it's just not, I don't know, just not very well put together. So I won't harp on that too much. I made my point. Your 3.5mm headphone jack, dual speakers on each side. Your S Pen slot is in the upper right hand corner. Micro SD slot for expandable storage, which is always a plus. I'm a big fan of that. Microphone at the bottom, and your charging port, which again is not the 3.0 USB, it's just the micro USB, unlike the Note 3. Then the back, again, you have the faux leather with the stitching, which I actually am a big fan of. I like that. Then you have your camera with the LED flash. So the other thing that is a negative for a tablet of this size is the apps. You get into something like Facebook, Twitter is actually utilized for this particular tablet, but you get into something like this, being a 10-inch tablet, you really see the lack of apps specifically designed for tablets, or if you want to say the fragmentation of Android becomes really evident when you open an app like Facebook, and it is just a stretched out app for a phone. And that is what companies like Apple and they just point at that and say, look, that's not the way you do it. That is one of the biggest problems I have with a tablet this size. An Android tablet that you get down like the Nexus 7 or even the Note 8.0, you don't really see that as much as you do on the larger screen. That being said, this screen, speaking of this screen, is incredible. The viewing angles, as you can see, are really, really good. You don't really have a bad angle. The quality, the quality is just second to none. the PPI is ridiculously good. I just can't say enough how good this is. But getting into some of the features, if you're getting a note, you're looking for the S Pen's function. Here you have the action memo, which you can write, a phone number and have it linked as, you can add it to a contacts, an email, a web browser, a map, or a task. So very functional, works very, very well. Then you can hover, as you can see, hover over while pressing the button, and then you get this pop up. You have your scrapbooker. Which allows you to circle things and drop it into your scrapbook into different sections. You can make different sections, you can make different scrapbooks, you can, a ton of things. So here I just took a picture of my whole screenshot. I can add it to different ones, make notes about it, a memo, tag it. One thing that they always show is that you can go into YouTube and circle a video and everything works out great. Well, with the updated YouTube app, that does not work. On my Note 3, because I seem to use that more often, I have the YouTube channel, I uninstalled the update and I went back to the old version. So this now within the app, if I circle it, it will save it, the video, not just a screenshot of the picture, which is what the updated app does. So that's an issue somewhere between Samsung and YouTube. I'm not sure where the breakdown there is, but that's scrapbooking. Then you have your screen write, which will take a screenshot of whatever you're looking at and then give you the ability to write on it, make notes. You can change everything, the color, size, just like you would in anything else while using the S Pen. The other features, you have S Finder, which just gives you the option to look for pretty much anything on your tablet, and then Pen Window, where you can open up small applications. It's very limited to what it has. YouTube's sort of handy because it'll stay on top. Calculator is what I find myself using the most. You can do whatever, and then as you go into different applications, it stays on top. So, and then when you're done with it, it will actually sort of stay in this little, reminds me of Facebook Home's little messaging app. So when you tap it, you come right back, and you can actually maximize it or close it out with the X. Also, the other obviously great thing about the Note, and also the S4, but is your multi-window. Now, another thing that is upgraded with this is the S Pen works on these capacitive buttons, which started off with the Note 8.0 and with the Note 3. So you can use your back button. So you hold down your back button, and then you get this little tab out on the side, which gives you the ability to, let's do S Note. We can drop S Note over here, and then we can drop YouTube on this side. So if I'm doing research about the Note 3, or I want to see what Chris Perillo did today, I can tap on that.
When I signed up for a YouTube account back in 2006, I wasn't
watch that while I'm also over here just taking notes about the video or about the product or anything. So that's extremely handy. Now you can also by tapping this center blue button here, which is sort of an upgrade from the other ones, you can actually multitask inside multitasking. So on this side, it'll show me what I have open. So obviously I only have that open, but let's drop a few more. Drop my Gmail over there. Let's drop Hangouts over there. Let's drop my video player over there. And then when I go to that again, when I'm highlighted on this side, which you'll see by if I'm highlighted over here, all my little options will be on the other side. So once I go over here and I hit that, I can actually see every little program, card, or app, however you'd like to say it, running on that side. And I can tap it and bring it to the forefront or go back.
When I signed up for a YouTube account back in...
Yes. Jump back to this side. You can also flip-flop the sides for some reason. Say I'm over here, but I'm left-handed. Well, I want my pen on my notepad on this side, so I can flip-flop. I am not left-handed. Drag and drop text. This works if it's very limited, but if you're using, say, Hangouts over here or SMS on the Note 3, pretty much the same features, and you have a picture over on this side, you can drag it and drop it into there, or scrapbooking you would be able to drag and drop, things like that. And then obviously X to close that application, and then it brings you back to your full view. So that to me is a huge selling feature for the Note lines and Samsung in general, but specifically for the Note line with the use of the S Pen, is that multi-window function. To me, it's amazing.
When I signed up for a YouTube...
So that runs you through some of the basic features. Obviously, this has a lot more features than what I'm going through right now, but I just wanted to give you a basic overall. And my overall thoughts and review of this product is I like it, but I don't. I like the weight. I like mostly how it feels in the hand. It's not heavy, it's weighted really well. I don't mind TouchWiz. I know a lot of people don't like TouchWiz. TouchWiz is not a problem for me on this device. The build quality is a problem, and again, app selection. And it's been years people have talked about the app selection on Android, and it is getting better, and I think Google's doing a great job trying to bring everything together to get rid of this fragmentation that they have by putting all their updates and all their pure Google things into the App Store. Even though you have the S Pen features and things like that with this, if they don't have apps that really take advantage of this real estate, and I'll give you an example of one that does, and which it shows a lot of promise of how things could be, and that's the way that this Android app is for Twitter on this device. I mean, you can, like right here when you go to add, you can draw right in here. You can draw whatever you want, put it right into your post. Hey, I just scribbled blah, 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 and tweet it out. You can grab different things from the other side, which is a great feature to have. But this just shows the potential that is there for Android and for their application ecosystem if app makers go that extra mile. Facebook doesn't seem to really care about it. So it is what it is. So, but overall, I would give this out of 10. If I had to give it a number system, I'd say I'd give it, because of the build quality and app selection, I would say this you're looking at a 7 out of 10. So take that for what you will. You may get it, you may not have these issues with the build quality. You may not have issues with seeing Facebook blown up, but it's still just a blown up version of the phone. It looks a lot better on the Note 3 than on the Note 10 because of the smaller screen. So again, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Build quality, I mean, it's super light. I like the faux back. I like the IR blaster. I love the S Pen. Love the S Pen. I love the speakers being on both sides, not just one, which Apple keeps making that mistake. Samsung's on the right track. I think their next version of their phones and tablets, I just hope they spend a little bit more time on build quality. And they did on this one. You got the little, looks like notebook pages, but so that's going to be about it. That was our review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, feel free to give it a thumbs down. I'm cool with that. Leave me a comment down below. Is this a tablet you would be interested in? Does the issue with the apps affect you? Is it not that big of a deal for you? Maybe it's just me. Let me know down in the comments below. What about the price point? Anyways, subscribe if you like videos like this. You don't want to miss some more. We have the review of the, I'll have my review for the Note 3 coming up, my review of the Samsung Galaxy Gear, and then also a review for the Apple Air, iPad Air, Apple iPad Air, all coming up very, very soon. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it'll be sooner than later. Peace.